Hello there and welcome to Future Music from the Robot Lab interview file 4. And tonight I will be interviewing Analogue Blood. Hey guys!
How you doing, Michael? Good to speak to you.
Yeah, good to talk to you too, man. Yeah, doing swell, mate. I'm all good. Got another show recorded, so yeah, I can't grumble. Yes!
Excellent stuff.
How you guys doing? You okay?
Yeah, we're good. We're being very rock and roll, and I'm sat here drinking nettle tea. And Lee's got a standard cup of tea. That's how rock and roll we are in Analogue Blood.
Have a Yorkshire tea.
Yeah, that's it, man.
That's one of the drink from the gods. Let's drink from the gods.
We had a fair bit to drink at the weekend because we were we're not celebrating, but we're commemorating the 1 year since we lost Keith Flint. So we had a night of Prodigy and beer.
Ah, right. Yeah, that's a good one. That's good in his memory, isn't it?
So it's green tea today to sort us out.
Well, my last show that I played last night, the last song was Firestarter, so I recorded it in his memory. So yeah,
excellent stuff.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I was out like a light last night. I didn't listen to it, but I will listen to it pre-recorded later on.
Yeah, I'll upload it when I get in. So yeah, I just need to upload it, and we're good.
Excellent stuff.
Cool. Anyway, we'll start with the interview. Where are you guys based?
So we're based in the northeast of England. So I'm from Darlington and Lee is from Aycliffe. Aycliffe's just outside of Darlow.
All right.
So it's literally like 20 minutes away.
All right. Oh, it's not too far from each other then.
Nah, literally. And we kind of met through Lee drinking in Darlington from sort of back in the 90s. And that's kind of how it worked from there, you see. So yeah, they're literally just next door to each of those towns.
All right. Nice one. And your new project, Analogue Blood, is fairly new to the scene, and it was formed shortly after you left your previous band, Juratory.
That's right.
And how did it come to life after?
Well, things had kind of been going a little bit south for me for a while in Juratory. So I'd already started writing the music for Analogue Blood. At the time, I was working away quite a lot and staying in hotels, so I was taking the small sort of mini synths away with me, the Volca range, if you're familiar with them, and a microcorg. And I ended up just writing a lot of music sat in hotel rooms. And that kind of, I suppose, was the starting point for it. I knew I wanted to do something a lot more electronic and a lot more dance-based than Juratory, which was a lot heavier. And that's kind of where it came from. So I got around about 4 or 5 songs to a demo stage, and then I started asking other people to come in, and such as Lee. And as you know, we've got a few guest vocalists on there. Got them together to come and to help me finish the songs off from there.
All right. And how did you guys meet? You said you met back in the 90s, did you say?
Yes, it was part of the old Darlington music scene. I used to go to a lot of gigs, and we both, I think, got pretty drunk and smashed into each other, I think, one night, didn't we?
I think that's pretty much, how it. There used to be a pub called the Firkin in Darlington, and it was kind of like the epicenter of the alternative scene for our town.
All right.
We used to get a lot of gigs on there. It was Strapping Young Lad actually played in there, believe it or not. And we met and started hanging out that way, and every sort of Friday night. And Lee's a bit older than me, so he would go to the bar for me and illegally purchase me drinks while I was still underage.
Oh. Oh, nice one.
And it's kind of, we've just known each other from there. We've actually been in a few bands together over the years. We were in, I think probably shouldn't admit, we were in a band called Goat Sniffer for a while, which was kind of like a punk rock thing.
Yeah.
But then we also did a grindcore band together as well. And then that kind of just ran its course, and I went off to do Juratory for a bit, and then we kind of got back together to work on this project.
Oh, all right, awesome. With your debut EP, Advanced Weapon Systems Activated, an 8-track EP, and you've had a few guest vocalists on it, such as Alice from An Evil Hour and Josh Danby. How are they to have worked with?
Well, again, they're all people from the local music scene that we've known for years. Josh is actually one of my oldest friends. I've known him since I was 11. We went to school together.
Yeah.
He's also one of the musicians. I believe he's currently in a black metal band called Oak and Shield. I think that's what they're called. So I've known Josh for that long, as has Lee. And then Alice is from, as you say, the band An Evil Hour, which are another local punk band who we've known for a long time and seen a lot. So I know she's got a furious voice. So that's one of the reasons that I wanted to do some vocals on the track. But yeah, they were brilliant to work with.
Cool. Yeah, I like Alice's voice as well. I liked her when she sung Crisis for you. Right,
yes.
Right, good set of lungs that I thought. Yeah, she got a right powerful voice there.
She is. I mean, if you haven't already, you should check out An Evil Hour. They're really cool. It's like sort of melodic hardcore punk.
Yeah.
She's got these ferocious vocals. So
yeah, definitely.
To.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check them out. Ian, you're the main man behind the project, and also joining me is Lee. What is your role in the band, Lee?
So I play live drums just to sort of augment the the electronic drums that are already there. I use what is that one, Ian?
The Roland SBDX sample pad.
Yes. I'm not actually on any record. Or did you sample my vocals on one of them, not drums on one of them?
No, the original. So you're not on Advanced Weapon Systems, but you will be on the new one. Okay. Obviously, you've recorded some live drums for that. Yeah. So.
Oh, right. Nice one.
Yeah.
So is...
Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, is there 3 of you now then, or is it just the 2 of you still?
Well, there's me and Lee are kind of the core of the band, but we do have an unofficial 3rd member, a guy called Chris Davison.
Yeah.
And Chris he's done vocals on a couple of tracks, but he also produces it all. So we're lucky enough to have our own recording space and our own recording setup.
Yeah.
So we tend to sit and write it all. But then we take it to Chris and he basically mixes, masters it, puts ideas in there, maybe change this bit or add maybe a harmony or something here. And he's also done vocals on a couple of tracks as well. Chris is one of those really annoying people who's like an outstanding musician at everything. He's just really talented at whatever he wants to play. So he's a really good guy to kind of have in the band. And he's done the last couple of live gigs with us as well.
All right, nice one. And do you have any shows upcoming?
Yeah, so we got 2. So the next one's actually a local one. It's a Darlow gig, a venue called The Forum. And they do this live and local events where they put different local bands on. And this one's an electronic theme night. So we're by far the heaviest band that's playing that night. But the other bands sound really cool as well. And then the gig after that, we're opening for V2A, if you're familiar with them in Newcastle.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I know V2A. Oh.
Yeah, we actually supported them in Whitby as part of the Goth weekend last November, but they were on so late we had to drive back, so we missed it. I don't think they went on till like 1 a.m.
Oh.
And we had to drive back, which is like 2-hour drive back, so we sadly missed them. So I'm looking forward to catching them this time round.
Yeah, they do a good show live because I saw them back at Infest 2011. They were brilliant. I loved them.
Yeah, I've listened to their stuff online. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I've got a few of their early albums like Machine Corps and what's that other one called? Mechanized Infantry.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. You have an upcoming EP coming out, which is called Kill Those Beats. Could you tell us more about this upcoming release and what do we expect from this new EP?
Yeah, so it's potentially going to be 9 or 10 songs, depending on whether we get a remix done or not. Which fingers crossed we will get a remix. We're pretty much there. We've recorded most of it, and we're in the mixing and mastering stage now. So, like I said, we record it all ourselves here in our own studio, and then every month is when I get paid. We go down to the Forum, which is a local music place in Darlington, and then we mix and master with Chris. But that's quite expensive to do, so we're kind of doing it in stages.
Yeah.
So we've got about 3 tracks left to mix and master. And then it's a hunt to see how we're going to put it out, whether we're just going to do it digitally or whether we're going to look for a label and try and get it physically released.
Yeah. Do you have any labels in mind?
Funnily enough, we didn't up until last weekend. And then when I put the video up to Insomnia, we've since then had a few people contact us. So I don't want to say anything just yet, just in case we jinx it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a couple of labels contact me over the weekend. So.
Oh, nice one.
We'll see. Nothing massive, they're independent labels, but anyone who's willing to put your music out and pay for it, then I'm all good with that.
Awesome. And as you said before, you have released a lyric video called Insomnia. How was that to make? And could you tell us about the song? And do you have plans for an actual video?
Yeah. So the song itself's about not being able to sleep. So I think when I put the post up on Facebook, I kind of mentioned I've always been quite a hyper person. I find it quite difficult to kind of shut down on a night and get to sleep, so I end up sitting up for hours.
Yeah.
And the song was about kind of getting into a bad habit of drinking to help kind of induce sleep. But that obviously goes south very quickly when you're staying up drinking every night just to get yourself to sleep and then not sleeping properly because you've drank too much and then getting up hungover to go to work and repeating the cycle. And that's what the song's about. I didn't actually make the video that we've currently done for it. The lyric video, we actually paid someone to do that for us.
Yeah.
We actually used a website, I don't know if you're aware of it, called Fiverr. And you can commission artists on there. So there's a guy I worked with before, did our last video, a guy called Martin. He's really cool. I liked what he did with the last video. So we asked him again to do this one for us.
Yeah.
Again, I'm really happy with how it's come out as well. I think it's trippy, I think is the word I'd use for it.
Cool. Yeah, I did see the lyric video. So do you have as I asked before, do you have plans for like an actual video, or is it just going to be a lyric video for now? Or
it's just going to be a lyric video for now, but we would love to do a video. We were actually planning to do one this time round, but the guy who was going to produce it for us, he got locked out of his software, so he couldn't do it at the time that I was planning to do it.
Oh no!
I know it was a nightmare, but we were planning on maybe doing like a live in a studio type video. So we got another couple of songs off the EP that I think would also be quite good singles. So we're maybe going to sit and have a chat soon about that, and then look at getting a video done that way. It wouldn't be anything too extravagant, but I'm thinking maybe like a live in the studio type thing.
Oh yeah. Those type of videos, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So maybe something like that.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Cool. Okay, well, we're gonna have a little break now, and I'm gonna be playing Insomnia, which features is it your friend Cara on vocals? Is that her name?
Kyra was someone who I used to work with. Yeah. So she actually left where I worked to go and sing on cruise ships. But before she left, I got her to record me a load of phrases in different keys. So I've kind of got like a sample bank of vocals, and then depending on what key I end up writing the song in, I can kind of pick and choose, and if it fits, it fits, and we kind of just go from there.
Cool, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit of a break, and I will be playing Analogue Blood, Insomnia. Hello and welcome back to Future Music from the Robot Lab interview file 4. Tonight interviewing Analogue Blood. Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
Hey. Back to your latest upcoming EP. You have remixes by the mighty Empyrean. Was selecting the remixer difficult, and do you have more than one remixer?
Well, I'll be honest, Empyrean haven't actually done the remix yet, so fingers crossed they will. I was talking to them back in January there, so they said it's still on their radar. I was obviously over the moon when they said they'd do it. I actually contacted them a while back and asked if they'd be up for it. They're the only people that I've spoken to about it so far, but I'm well into the idea of other people remixing my music. So I don't know, Michael, you're as involved in the scene as I am. If you maybe want to suggest anybody who you think might be a good person to remix one of our tunes, I'd certainly be up for hearing that.
Yeah.
But at the moment, there's none others planned.
Cool, yeah, I can send a few people. I can contact a few people for you. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, and obviously that whole style of electronic music and remixing and changing things around is something that really appeals to me. And I think I'm a huge Prodigy fan. And that was a lot of what Liam Howlett was obviously famous for, was his remixes and that type of thing. Particularly, I think, those front 242 mixes that he did.
All right.
So yeah, that's definitely something I'd be up for. As many people as possible, really. If people want to have a go at remixing one of our tunes, that'd be wicked.
I know a few people I can message. Maybe I can forward them to you. There's one particular guy that I know of. Maybe he might be able to help you. Vasi of Frozen Plasma. He does some fantastic remixes on his projects.
Yeah, okay. I'm aware of him. Yeah, cool. Yeah, by all means, man.
Really,
if you can put a good word in, I'm more than up for that.
Yeah, really sound guy too. His remixes, because he's got quite a few projects, like Frozen Plasma, Reaper, Namnambulu. They're all fantastic. And also, one of my favourite remixes of all time is Syrian. Lorenzo does some epic remixing.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a really sound guy. So maybe I can contact them two guys for you.
Yeah, go for it, man. See, it was worth doing that interview just to make these contacts here, man.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Okay, is there a specific theme or themes behind Analogue Blood?
I don't think there is really, to be honest. It's kind of just what comes out. Some of the songs have got like, for example, one of the other lead songs off the new EP that we've got, Never Fall Down, that's a song about mental health. Again, particularly inspired by what happened with Keith Flint. Insomnia speaks for itself about not sleeping. But then some of the other songs that we've got, they're just, maybe I've come up with a riff and then a sample kind of fits it. I think one of the other songs that you're going to play later on, Until the Sun, we called that Until the Sun just because we had a sample that fit it.
All right.
That's kind of where that song came from. And there was no sort of real mass message behind the song or anything like that. It was kind of just, we wanted to write a really, really dancey song.
Yeah.
And that kind of fit, and that's what we went with.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, so it inspired you, and then just everything came together from there, did it?
Yeah, I mean, what we've tried to do for the new EP, for Kill Those Beats, we've tried to go a lot more, well, not tried, but I think we kind of subconsciously just went that way, a bit more dancey. The first EP, I think, it's still quite guitar orientated, and the guitars are quite upfront on it, and still quite shouty. This one's a lot more melodic, I think. We've got a lot more key melodies and things like that going on in the background. I think my keyboard playing got a lot better as well from the first EP. I actually put some practice in and learned how to play slightly properly. I wouldn't say properly, but better than last time round.
Oh, nice one. The next question I'm going to ask you both of you, which artist would you love or have loved to share a stage with, and why?
You're probably going to get two very different answers here. So mine's probably kind of obvious. It would be the Prodigy. I would love to play with the Prodigy. That'll be wicked. But I'm assuming Lee's probably going to be quite different.
I'm definitely more of a rock sort of person, but I don't know. If we're talking electronic, obviously I'm a big fan of the Prodigy as well, but I think maybe Nine Inch Nails, or at least Nine Inch Nails back in the day.
Yeah.
When they were still electronic and they weren't doing acoustic songs.
Yeah. I think I saw them back in 2007 time. I think, yeah, that was kind of like the Year Zero with Teeth era. So
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you mean like Downward Spiral, Pretty Hate Machine era kind of thing.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've not seen anything back then because I was like only a little baby back then, little kid back then. So
I'll be honest, I've never seen them. I've never seen Nine Inch Nails. To my embarrassment, I was actually at a festival where they were at.
Yeah.
But sadly, I drank way too much and was asleep by the time they came on stage.
Oh no!
You surprised me.
I saw them when I was like 20 in 2007. Saw them at Nottingham Arena.
Wicked.
Yeah, they only had balcony seats available, but I thought, oh sod it, I'll go anyway, and had a fantastic time. And that was like when I first started getting into this sort of thing and that when I was like 20, and saw Nine Inch Nails, and I thought I had a blast. It was like just before they released Year Zero.
Yeah, I actually think that was around about the time I saw it. It was at Leeds Festival. They headlined it.
Yeah.
But we just gone for the day, and like I say, sadly, there wasn't much else on during the day, so I indulged.
Oh no! Oh no!
I think I was asleep on the bank while they actually played. So technically, I have seen them, I suppose, just not consciously. Subconsciously seen Nine Inch Nails.
You were there in drunken spirit.
I was there in drunken spirit, or drunken spirits, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Story of my life, mate, is missing bands due to alcohol.
Are you guys both digital or physical? For releases and that.
I'll let Lee answer first.
I'm definitely more of a physical person. I like to actually hold something, look at the artwork, read lyrics, things like that. I don't trust my computer to not knack up and lose all my MP3 files.
Yeah, I'm same on that one. Yeah, me and my missus are the same. We just like having the actual CDs, and we just like to put them on the shelves and all that. So to add to my gigantic music collection, bigger than an HMV store.
Yeah, well, that's kind of up until this year. I was definitely physical as well. But I've just run out of space, so I'll be honest, I've been selling. It's a shameless self-plug here, actually. If anyone's interested in any extreme metal CDs, I'm selling a collection of around about 3,000-4,000.
Oh.
So I've got a lot of them up on Facebook at the minute. Whether it would appeal to the listeners of this show, Michael, I'm not sure, because a lot of it's death metal and grindcore.
Right. Okay.
I'm kind of moving more towards the digital phase, I think.
Ah, right. Cool stuff. The song that you sent me which is called Until the Sun, which I'll play at the end. You said the song was inspired by was it like a sample or something?
Yeah. So I had the sample of it was the vocal recording that Kyra had done for me of Until the Sun. And I kind of built the song around that. Initially, when I first wrote it, it was just a drum beat looping backwards and forwards with that vocal sample going over and over and over.
Oh, yeah.
And I just kind of built the song, kept building the song. And I think in the end, it ended up being nearly 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
But what we do with it live, at the end of it, we both play drums together. So it kind of just adds a little bit of an extra element to the song. I play guitar through most of it. And then at the end where the jam bit comes in, then we both drum on that, and it's kind of got this tribal-esque sort of a beat towards the end of it. And we got these cool light up drumsticks, so it looks pretty cool when we do it live.
Oh, so that's like an added accompaniment. Kind
of added visual to it, because there's only two of us in the band most of the time as well. The stage can sometimes look a little bit sparse, so just to sort of add in a bit of extra visual to it, we kind of chop and change things up a little bit.
Ah, right, awesome. And do you have any plans of recruiting any members in the future, or is it just going to be still 2-3 of you?
Good question. So I suppose, I guess it would need to be the right person to come along and see what they could add to it. Like I say, Chris Davison's kind of our third unofficial member. He does help with a lot of the stuff, and he has a lot of input to it. And then we've used a couple of guest vocalists in the past. As you said, we've had Josh and Alice. We've actually got a guy who's going to do some rapping on the next EP that's coming up. He's actually going to rap on the title track, which is called Kill Those Beats. And that's something different as well. I'm curious to see what he's going to do. He downloaded the track on Sunday, and he said he's starting to put some ideas down for it. So that could be quite interesting. It's a really hard song as well. So we're going to have Alice from An Evil Hour sort of doing a kind of punky, shouty verse bit on it, and then towards the end when it kicks in, there's going to be some sort of aggressive type rap thing over the top of it.
Right. Who's
a little bit different?
Who's the guy that's rapping? Is it anyone well known?
He's like a local guy, but I might as well plug him while we're on air as well. It's a guy called Nathan Endem Miller, and he goes under the rap name of Endem.
All right.
But he's seriously cool. I'm kind of always skeptical when people tell me they can really rap, because I've known a few people who think that they can, with varying results. But this guy really blew me away. When I listened to his stuff, I was kind of almost, it's like a Northeast Eminem. How he goes on, but it's really well done, and his stuff is fantastically well written. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Yeah, it should be really interesting. Cool.
I don't know. You've probably been more into the industrial scene than I've been in the past. Are we pioneers there? Have we had rap music mixed with industrial music before?
Stromkern I've got a massive hip hop influence there. They have that sort of inspired. They kind of do the two. Stromkern.
Okay.
Yeah, you've heard of them, haven't you?
I have heard of them, but I've never played them, so I'll have to give them a listen.
Yeah, I think one of their best known songs is called "Light It Up." It's got some really cool rapping in there. The lead singer Ned, he has a very hip hop influence, hip hop kind of style there. He does do a lot of rapping in some of his songs, and I think it's called "Stand Up" or "Light It Up." I think it's called "Stand Up" if I remember correctly. And one of the earlier tracks, which is called "Armageddon," is really good as well. And "Realign" from the album Armageddon. Brilliant. I'll have to send them you.
Cool. Yeah, send me a link over when we're done, man. I'll check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Okay, that's all the time we have for folks. And thank you, Ian, and thank you, Lee, for joining me.
Thank you for interviewing us, man. Thanks for taking the time and giving us the promotion.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers, guys.
Good work, man. Bye-bye.
Bye. You have been listening to Future Music from the Robot Lab interview file 4 with Analogue Blood. I've been your host, Exo Skull. You can follow me on Facebook, Mixcloud, Twitter, and YouTube. And if you'd like to be interviewed, please email me at exoskullfmrl@gmail.com. That's exoskullfmrl@gmail.com. And to close tonight's interview, I'll be playing 2 songs by Analogue Blood. Crisis from the debut EP Advanced Weapon Systems Activated, featuring Alice from In Evil Hour. And the next song is Until the Sun from the upcoming EP Kill Those Beats. And coming up now is Crisis. Take care, and I'll see you next time.